Hey, what is up, my fearless networking friends? Todd Falcone here. Look, we know we've been in this pandemic for the last, at least at this point, 9 months, going into 10 months, and it ain't over. And when we went into this, and I want to share some thoughts with you in terms of as we move into this new year, how you're going to proceed forward with your network marketing or direct sales business. And what's fascinating is when we hit this, like March 15th, we went into lockdown here in Oregon. That's when we first kind of businesses shut down. And I had this feeling that, there was certainly going to be, and, it's not hard to have this feeling based on what was going on. There's going to be a degree of uncertainty and worry and what's going on, and is the world going to fall apart? And then, the era of the toilet paper wars, and then, just other stuff. It's been 2020 was a weird year, right? But what I also found, which was interesting, is during that time frame, and this has happened literally all year long, throughout 2020 this happened, I had people reaching out to me that were people that were in previous network marketing companies of mine back, many years ago, or people that just, were out of network marketing, or they knew that I had a level of expertise in network marketing, and I started getting these phone calls and these reach outs and these text messages from people that were very successful in their line of work, whatever they were doing, saying, hey, I need to get back involved in network marketing. My business is shut down. Or, Todd, what do you recommend? I think I need to consider network marketing now. And there have been dozens and dozens of those phone calls and text messages that I've received over the last 9 months, where people are now considering network marketing or direct selling as a vehicle, when perhaps before they didn't consider it because, they had a good business, like my friend that was running his mobile DJ company, or my buddy who was a very successful realtor in the Bay Area in Northern California, or other people that have reached out to me that their businesses have been, or their lives have been impacted as a result of this unfortunate set of events that we've all been living for the last, 9 months. So what I want to say to you today is this, that, and we're still in this position, I think that the network marketing business model, there's no better time in history to be out there promoting and building a network marketing business, because it's a situation where you can work from home. I know we all want to get out and go do stuff like we did before, but we have a level of restrictions in our life that are continuing to happen. And even when this is said and done, I think that there will be people that are like, wait a minute, what if something like this were to happen again in the future? Am I prepared? Can I take care of my family by being at home? Like if I was forced to not be able to go to work, or I was furloughed, or I was laid off. In fact, I did one of my most recent Zooms I did a Zoom training. I think we had like 350 people on the Zoom, and I go, how many of you guys have personally been impacted in a negative way as a result of this thing in terms of finances? And it was like 80% of the people that were on that Zoom raised their hand saying, I've been impacted. I didn't even say, do you have a friend or do you know somebody else who's impacted? It was like 80% of that audience has been impacted. Many of you watching me right now or listening to me, depending on where you're at, have been impacted. And so when we moved into this situation in March, when everything was essentially shut down, even the things that were choices before, in terms of somebody like being able to go make some extra side money, a side hustle, a side gig. We talk about the gig economy, things like Uber and Lyft, Airbnb, things where either someone they could use their vehicle or they could use an extra room in their house to supplement their income. Many of those things were not even a choice, right? I'm a pretty heavy Uber user typically. I think at this point I've been in like one Uber in 9 months. When normally I would, throughout 2020, I probably would have done 100 Uber rides, right? So those things were also impacted. And the one thing that I don't really believe has been negatively impacted is our business model. Because you can't get laid off, you can't get fired, you can work it from the comfort of your home or your phone or wherever you're at and be able to build a business without having to deal with going out there, wherever there is. And you could literally be safe and be building a business from home as long as you got internet access and a phone, essentially, right? So the reason I wanted to do this particular talk to you, if you will, leading into this new year of 2021 is we're still in this situation. And I think that when you realize like how many people have been negatively impacted by this that are still struggling, that you are a solution provider. And I think that I personally feel, I would feel guilty keeping it a secret and keeping it to myself or allowing my personal inadequacies or fears preventing me from going out and sharing a message with people that could potentially be a positive impact in their lives. We don't know if they're going to say yes or no, but our job is just to get out there and flip some rocks over and find out, hey, are you open? Or, hey, look, I mean, how you been doing during all of this? Hey, I've got a business that I'm doing where you can work entirely from home. If I could show you a way to make money and be able to take care of your family working 100% from the comfort of your home, is that something that you would be open to taking a look at? And this is something we talk about all the time in network marketing, not prejudging those people, because whether we're in a pandemic or not, you truly don't know what's really going on with individuals. You might see somebody's house and their car and their stuff or whatever and think, oh, they got, they got life by the balls, if you will. And they're like, they got it. They're cruising, no problem. Their life is good for them. But people don't share with you their, inner struggles, right? They don't really, a lot of times they'll keep that stuff a secret because they don't really want want people to know what's really going on, right? A lot of people are like that, where they're putting on this facade that life is really great, but when in all reality they're struggling and they're suffering. Our job is to just be, to be able to go out into the marketplace and share with people what we have, and then they'll let them determine for themselves whether this is something that they want to participate in or not. So as we move into this new year, I just want to give you guys some advice and say, look, this is a time for you to be reaching out to literally everybody that you possibly have any connection with and just say, look, man, I'm reaching out to you. I've been building this business for the last 6 months, 9 months, 2 years, whatever it is. I haven't even had an opportunity to even share with you what I'm doing yet. Or perhaps maybe you did and you're like, I wanted to get back to you and see how you're doing with all of this. Maybe somebody said no to you in the past. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to get back to that person and see what's changed in their life and make that, at least give them a chance to say yes or no to you. I just know that there are so many people right now that may have never even considered network marketing or direct sales, that if you were to actually initiate the conversation and invite them to at least take a look, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at the numbers of people that are open to taking a look based on the fact that we're kind of in a new reality, right? It's a different situation where, there were people that pre-pandemic, had great jobs, great businesses, super awesome things going on, and yet, they thought it was always going to be like that, but all of a sudden this thing happened, and now they're forced to be at home, and their companies have shrunk down, and then they're like, hey, we can't even afford to pay you anymore. So, some people were just sent home. Some of them were on unemployment. Some of them, their companies are no longer in existence. I haven't looked up the statistics, but even in my hometown, there's a lot of businesses that are gone. So what are those people doing right now? And is there a lot of employment? I had a couple, last few weeks, I've done some live dialing sessions in front of live audiences, and I can't tell you how many people that I talked to were directly impacted from the pandemic. I'm not working, I'm out of work. Now, okay, I'll finish with this. Well, yeah, Todd, they're out of work, so they don't have any money. The truth is, when you sign somebody up into your business, there might be an ideal way to get started, like with some, business builders pack or something like that, and that's probably the best way to get started. And it could be $299 or $499 or whatever it is in your company. But most of your companies also offer a pretty either very affordable or even free way to get started where they can earn their way through it, even if they don't have any money to get started or very little money to get started. So I just want you guys to be thinking about the fact that there's a lot of people still out there hurting, and we happen to be in a profession that has not been as impacted or hasn't been, I don't really feel like network marketing has been negatively impacted as a result of what we've experienced the last 9 months. Most of the companies that I know and the top leaders that I know in this space, their businesses in 2020 accelerated and did really well. Not every single one of them, but many of them did exceptionally well because there's so many people that are like, man, I'm forced to be at home. This is a home-based business. I'll consider it. So your job is to be the messenger. So not a good time to be prejudging people. Your job is to simply ask, and they'll either say yes or they'll say no. But we're moving into this new year. A lot of people are still hurting. A lot of people have been negatively impacted by this, and perhaps you can be a positive influence and a positive impact in their life and give them a solution when they may not feel that there are a lot of available solutions to them. So anyhow, love you guys. Appreciate you for plugging in. If you're on my YouTube channel or you're on my podcast listening to me on audio, come on over to toddfalcone.com/episode 109. That's this particular episode. I would love to hear your comments. There's other resources on my page there that'll help you become successful in the network marketing profession. Again, toddfalcone.com/episode 109. Thanks for plugging in. We'll see you next time.